My husband and I have been living in the apartment for 37 years, until Croman took the buildings over in 1999, the worst day of our lives. They emptied out entire buildings, 3 buildings on 18th Street. One of the buildings has only one tenant left of the original tenants. He's taken me to court 6 or 7 times, or I've taken him. He calls me, he refers to me as his worst tenant ever, and I hope to live up to that.
Yes.
He will think nothing at all of taking a tenant up to court and framing them, which is what he did to me. He brought his lawyers, brought in paid workers to all falsely testify in court in order to set me up to lose my case. And I am not the only person they have done this to. They come in mass, they say the same fabricated story, and they lie through their teeth. They are evil, and they are immoral and disgusting people. You have no idea what they will stoop to anything to get your apartment. The Cromans are devouring this city at an alarming rate. They own hundreds of buildings in Manhattan and displace residential tenants and commercial tenants from all their buildings with abusive tactics. Across the street over there, they just got rid of half of Odessa. Just forced them out, raised the rents. Younger, old, richer, poor, market rate, rent regulated. No one escapes the Croman's abuses and depraved indifference to their tenants and also their employees. I have a message to Steve and Harriet Croman. I want Steve and Harriet Croman to stop robbing this city. Pay up all your outstanding fines, taxes, liens that you owe to our city, because it's a lot of money, and help this city get out of debt. Stop squandering the taxpayers' money by clogging the courts with your countless frivolous lawsuits and multiple adjournments. Stop framing tenants to lose their court cases. Call off your henchmen lawyers and private investigators, particularly call off Anthony Falconite from his abusive and harassing the tenants. Stop the fraud, Croman. Stop all your false certifications. Stop your fraudulent filings to government agencies. Stop it now. Cease illegally regulating apartments with J51s that you're not entitled to with the government money. And stop collecting government subsidies such as Section 8, SCREE and DREE while not maintaining your buildings. Back off, Croman, and stop harassing your tenants. The most vulnerable, those who don't speak English, the elderly, the sick, and the infirm. Leave them all alone and back off. I could turn this. Hey, Steve and Harriet Croman, stop your inhumane treatment of withholding required essential services to tenants who are forced to suffer entire winters without heat and hot water, gas or electricity. I personally, in our whole building, had no electricity for no heat, no gas for 55 days, and no electricity for 2 months, except for 2 outlets. Hey, Croman, give us heat and hot water and make repairs. Maintain the buildings and renew our leases, cash our rent checks, and let us live in peace and quiet enjoyment of our homes. We have a right under the laws to receive safe, decent, and sanitary housing. So obey the laws, Croman. Stop blanketing our home with toxic, contaminated dust and debris from your renovations that endangers all our lives, our health, and our safety. Croman, put a halt on the harassing and abusive treatment of the tenants by you and your wife and your property managers, your supers, contractors, and all agents. Treat your employees with respect and dignity, and stop exploiting them. Pay them their legal wages, overtime, and provide decent health plans and benefits. Obey the law, Croman. You may think you're above the law, but you're not. Stop your insatiable quest for money over people's rights, and stop profiteering at the expense of people's lives, because it's only ill-gained blood money. Mayor de Blasio, Eric Schneiderman, and the Tenant Protection Unit, we call upon you to stop the Cromans from their abuses. Please exercise your authority and enforcement duties to put a stop to the corruption and abuse of the Cromans, and hold them liable for violating our rights, for victimizing us, breaching the warrant of habitability, constructively evicting us, discriminating against us and harassing us, and violating all the federal, state, and city laws. Steve and Harriet Croman must be investigated and brought to justice.
All right.